Yo, what's up YouTube family? It's YT and the place to be. Back at it again with another video. We about to talk about tech. The tech industry is going through a lot of layoffs. We know over the past couple of years they've been laying off. This isn't something that's brand new. They've been laying off for quite a while now. I actually had a friend who took a course careers curriculum. So he took one on tech and they're supposed to land you a job as well, which they did. They landed him a job, but then I think he only had that job for a couple of months and then he was laid off. Right? This is a friend I knew since childhood. We played on the basketball team together. We went to school together. Shout out my boy Jalen. But I know he moved to Cali and then ended up being laid off from his tech career. So I don't know what he's doing right now. They're getting good careers, but then it's not lasting. And when I saw him join, I was like, damn, maybe I should do that. But, I stuck to what I'm doing currently, and I'm glad I did. But listen, I need everybody to thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. That's all I need in exchange for me creating these videos for y'all to watch, me making this great entertainment for y'all to consume, right? If you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you can see more of these videos. And also ring that bell so you can be notified as well. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
I work for a tech company that has been around for 20 years and has never done layoffs. It's always been a part of their kind of culture and mission, something they've been able to say. And this morning they announced their first round of layoffs. And I have not been affected yet. As of right now, I'm not getting laid off in this round, but that doesn't mean that I'm not soon. And it just goes to show how job security really just does not exist anymore. Working for a company that has never done layoffs for 20 years does not mean that they're not going to just lay you off tomorrow. Unless you work for yourself, you are so replaceable at a drop of a dime. There's people that have been laid off that have worked for this company for 8-10 years. Some of them, these people have been around since I've been in middle school that are getting laid off. And I feel guilty because I still have a job and they don't, but also like it's not my fault. But
20 years, no layoffs. This is a company that never does layoffs, but now they have to. Bidenomics, baby. For real, man.
People in tech, I don't know if you've read this Wall Street Journal article about this Berkeley professor whose 4.0 computer science students are just not getting jobs. I went to a coding boot camp, and so people love arguing with me saying how you need a degree in this economy to get a job. And to that, I point to this article like, no, you don't need a degree because even a degree is not enough. We've reached that point where it truly just does not matter where and how you got your education because everyone is fucked. And I think what people aren't talking about is not only are we competing with one another for a job, but we're also competing with technology. We're trying to convince companies of the value of a human perspective, a human worker versus an AI worker, a computer. I don't mean to be so depressing. It's just this article really, it shook me up.
I said this about 2 months ago when I first started this channel, and I remember somebody was in the comments saying, no, that's not true. What I said was, you're in the tech industry. Technology is what's taking people's jobs. So do you not think they're going to use technology to replace you? Of course, there's going to be some people that got to program the technology and, diagnose any problems. But I'm talking about once they have it full force, full-fledged on automation. If technology is what they're using to take away most jobs, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to automate the tech industry as well. It go hand in hand. Now, fast forward a couple months later, this lady that's in the tech industry is saying the same thing. So maybe I wasn't so wrong after all.
Okay, so just my 2 cents in regards to the tech layoff. I unfortunately was in that wave of people who got laid off. So a little bit about me and my career path. Before breaking into tech, I worked in the mortgage industry. During the pandemic, everyone was refinancing, so I was able to make a salary plus bonus because at that time interest rates were low and everybody was refinancing, which means we had a lot of business. I got laid off this time last year, so about January, February, from my mortgage industry job. I was an underwriter. A couple months later, I found a job with an IT consulting company, and one of our clients was or is the social media platform for business professional. I'm not going to say the name, but you can put 2 and 2 together. So 8 months later, I got laid off. The good thing about my company is instead of laying you off, I had a couple of different options. I could either take a severance package and get a lump sum. I want to say it was 6 to 8 weeks worth of pay, or I can find other positions within the company, and that is what I did. Luckily, yesterday I just found out that I am moving to a different department and actually doing technical skills. So that's just a little bit about me. The moral of this story is, and what I want to share is a couple of things that I learned during this time. One is to always have options, okay? And when I mean options, always have something lined up. Always seek out more and better. As you see, when companies have to make layoffs or have to make adjustments, they do. The same should go for you. If you have to make an adjustment, if you have to look for more pay, if you have to look for a better work environment, do what's best for you. Next thing is going to be saving. Like, I know sometimes it can be difficult depending on your living circumstances, budget, debt, all that kind of stuff, but you always want to have some sort of saving. My mom always used to tell me, pay yourself before you pay anybody. And what that does is forces yourself to work within a restricted budget. So let's say I get paid $100. The first thing I do is save $20 for me. So now instead of my $100 that I normally get, I can only work within the $80 budget. So saving is going to be crucial. The next thing is going to be seeking out further education. So I have a bachelor's degree, but I also have several certifications just to make me a more well-rounded candidate. I'm going to make a part 2, so just stay tuned.
Yo, ironically, funny enough, this is my brother's ex-girlfriend. His first ex. What up, Sierra? I see you. Nah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up. I didn't know she was into tech and in the mortgage industry. I went to elementary with her, so it's just crazy. I like to see the growth, though, in our people, man. That's what's up. But that's just funny, man. Her cousin, my boy B, I talk to him every week. That's funny. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what she said. She has some good statements, right? She has some good key points. The pay yourself first statement is a good one. I heard about that in basic economics class when I was in high school. Make sure you pay yourself first. And I agree with that one. That's a good one. As an employee. Now, as an entrepreneur, you want to pay everybody else first because that's going to give you continuous payments in the future. That's going to keep the business going, and that's going to keep the business growing, and you'll end up making more. You hire potential candidates that can make the company grow, and you're going to make some more. You dig what I'm saying? But as an employee, then, yeah, definitely pay yourself first. That way you have savings, and you can put that in a completely separate bank account. It's good to have 5 bank accounts for real. So you put that in a completely separate bank account, and you just save repeatedly, month after month, and then before you know it, you'll have a nice cushion for yourself. So if something bad does happen, like a layoff, something you completely don't expect, then you're prepared for it. You already got a nice amount saved up that can sustain you and hold you over until you get something else, until you get another job or another career. But yo, man, listen, if you made it to the end of this video and you didn't subscribe yet, make sure you do that, and make sure you thumbs up this video if you didn't do that. Listen, is anybody in the tech industry right now? What are y'all going through? I want to see some firsthand experience coming from people that's going through it right now. Were you laid off recently? Is your job talking about, potential layoffs? Are there any warnings or anybody in the job saying, hey, it might not be looking good for us in the future? Or do you have any experience, period, just being laid off even? Drop it below, especially if it's as of recently. I just want to know. This is specifically for people in the tech industry. I want to know. Appreciate y'all watching, man. It's YT. Peace and shalom.